Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Indiana High School basketball here on Indiana SRN. Jimmy Cook alongside Justin Griffith. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Tuesday evening with us. Happy Thanksgiving week to you as we celebrate the start of the boys basketball season across the state of Indiana. Many teams will be beginning their first contest throughout this week, and we're proud to be able to bring you one of those contests as the Columbus North Bulldogs open their season hosting the Heritage Christian Eagles. Both of these teams have played annually against one another since 2015-2016, with the Bulldogs holding a 3-1 edge there. The most recent contest happening last season opener at Heritage Christian, a contest that they won 58-53. And as I bring in my partner in crime for tonight's festivities, the man with the plan, Justin Griffiths. Justin, this is a Columbus North team that went 16-8 last year, lost in sectionals to Shelbyville by a bucket, and in this series have yet to lose to Heritage Christian at home. So maintaining perfect record in 2 tries here at Columbus North High School and hoping to stay more of the same going into this season opener.
Well, and they really have the size advantage going into tonight's game. Along with the seniority, they have 4 seniors on the team, and everybody else is juniors. Everybody else is juniors, while Heritage Christian, on the other hand, has no seniors whatsoever and actually has a couple freshmen on the varsity roster.
Yeah, sophomore in the starting lineup as well to build off Justin's point there. That's the 6'4 sophomore Mason Kay, a very young underclassman to early stage upperclassman driven team here for the Heritage Christian Eagles. By counterpoint, we mentioned the Bulldogs going 16-8 last year and losing in sectionals. Heritage obviously 2 classes below in sectional 42. They went 19-6 last year, made it all the way to the regionals before they lost to Shenandoah 62-55. They did defeat Speedway for a sectional title, their 5th sectional title in school history. So a lot of departures from last year's team, a very youth movement based roster for Coach Corey Jackson and Heritage Christian. How did they get the season off to the right foot tonight?
It's very hard because you mentioned they're 2 classes below Columbus North, and with this being a season opener, there's going to be a lot of mistakes on both sides of the ball, both offensively and defensively. It's just going to be, can Coach Jackson keep his team together quicker than Coach Ferguson and limit those turnovers, limit the open shot. We saw in the junior varsity that Heritage kind of likes to run a 1-3-1 or a 2-3 zone on defense, so they're going to have to stick to it, make sure that they don't leave a guy open in the corner. Contrary, Columbus North likes to run that man-to-man defense, and that is what you expect them for, is to run man rather than zone.
For those of you that keep track of this sort of thing, the JV winners were the Columbus North Bulldogs. They were victorious over Heritage Christian. They'll be looking to do the same for their home opener and the season opener for both of these teams. We're going to step out for the first time here on our pregame show. When we come back, we will go over our keys to the game. We'll go through starting lineups, and Justin will have a nice little factoid for you about this historic gymnasium here at Columbus North. All that and much more after this. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on Indiana SRN.
Hello, my name is Sean Kroll, and I've been a part of the Indiana SRN family for the last 9 years. Last year, we streamed a record 326 sporting events around Central Indiana. All the other guys broadcast basketball and football, but we at Indiana SRN also air volleyball, softball, baseball, and even golf. But we need your help. To continue our mission, please help us by contacting Coach at indianasrn.org. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Welcome back to the campus of Columbus North High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Justin Griffith. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Tuesday evening with us as both teams, the Bulldogs and the Eagles, shortly to take the floor. Bulldogs on center stage right now. Let's take a look at starting lineup, starting first with the visiting Heritage Christian Eagles. They're led by sophomores at 6'1", number 4, John McLemore. A 5'9" junior, number 5, Asher Thompson. A 6'3" junior, number 10, Jack Belt. And a 6' junior, number 12, Alex Belmer. And rounding out that mix, a 6'4" sophomore, the only underclassman in the starting lineup, number 34, Mason Kay. Head coach of the Bulldogs, Corey Jackson. Again, they went 19-6 last year. On the Columbus North side of things, they're led by 5'11" junior guard, number 2, Reese Harmon. Number 10, Jacob Christina, a 6'2" junior guard. Number 11, Blake Barker, a 6'1" junior guard. Number 23, Nicholas Schiavello, a 6'4" senior at the guard position. And rounding out the starting lineup, a senior forward at 6'5", number 33, Cameron Wishmeyer. Head coach is Paul Ferguson. They went 16-8 a year ago, losing in the sectionals to Shelbyville. Before we go any further, just want to bring Justin Griffiths back into the fray just before we hit on your keys. This is a historic venue in the state of Indiana, and quite frankly, from a basketball standpoint, it is a historic gymnasium across the country.
100%, Jimmy, and I saw this a nifty little article back in August. There are 14 gymnasiums designated for basketball that hold over 7,000 occupants plus. 12 of them are in the state of Indiana, and this Columbus Memorial Gymnasium is one of them. So we are sitting in literal history, Jimmy. And, you know, I always laughed at this when I was a player and when I was a manager. In 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana. And, boy, after seeing that statistic in August, that can't ring more true.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating, especially at the high school level, to see how much care and time was crafted into a lot of these gymnasiums. I mean, you walk in here, and you can only see it on some of your screen. Won't be able to get true perspective of it on this webcast, but there's entrances and walk-in ramps that are fully concrete that mirror that of what you'd see at an older gymnasium or older college-level facility. So you can tell here there's a lot of history in the building. There's a lot of, different ghosts of yesteryear of Bulldogs past in attendance as well. Justin, some keys to the game for both these teams looking to start their season off the right way with a win.
It's going to be easier for Columbus North. It's trust your senior leadership. They've been here before. They're used to the Heritage Christian Eagles, their defensive strategy. So trust your seniors, take care of the ball, and look for that open shot. If what we see is true and Heritage goes to to a zone type defense, you're going to have an open man. It might be in the middle of the paint, it might be in a corner of key for a three, but you have to find that open man. And for Heritage, you're going to have your younger guys step up. Your speed is going to have to be very important, and you're going to have to limit those opportunities for Columbus North more than anything else as we get ready here in Columbus.
It'll be very interesting to see how these two teams counter one another. The season opener for both these teams and the home opener for Columbus North. We'll have the tip for you when we come back, as both these teams search for their first win on the season. Stay with us. We'll have more after this. You are watching Indiana High School basketball. Opening week of the Indiana High School basketball season right here on Indiana SRN.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to ihsaatv.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models.
Yeah, I might toss that to you if we need to fill here.
I actually do have some scores, too.
Welcome back to Columbus North High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Justin Griffiths. Both teams going through their starting lineup introductions. A fully packed night of hoops all across our family of networks here on Indiana SRN. And I believe, as we wait a second for all that to load up, there's a lights display, the circa 90s Bulls in effect.
Oh, it is definitely 90s Bulls.
For Columbus North.
With the music and all, Jimmy.
Yep. I believe Justin is working on, not scores yet, as those games are just going on, but some of the other matchups that are going on across the family of networks here on Indiana SRN.
Yeah, tonight we have Heritage Christian Girls Varsity hosting the Pike Red Devils, Bethesda hosting Covenant Christian, and Traders Point are traveling to Providence Crisco Ray. And we have Chris Simmons, Craig Collins, Sean Stewart, the coach, Keith Myers, and Kurt Darling, and Ludlow for those calls. All of them can be found on our family of networks here at indianasrn.org. As we see Columbus North, they do it right here, Jimmy.
Yeah, if there's one thing about this state, and you kind of teed on it about in 49 other states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana. That's especially true with high school basketball, and you love to see it when there's a program that are not cutting it short for pregame intros. That was not a Division III, 2, or 1 introduction there, folks. That was just a varsity high school team just a bit south on I-65 rather, down here across 31. Lovely night of hoops. So pleased that you are taking some of your Thanksgiving week. It might be feast week on ESPN, but it's hoops week here on Indiana SRN. As always, if you'd like to get involved and support these young athletes as we broadcast them, be sure to email us. That's coach@indianasrn.org. The great Coach Myers always looking for new endorsers and new sponsors to help us put this product on the floor. The Eagles of Heritage Christian will be repping their dark blue road jerseys, white numerals, and blue trim. The traditional home jerseys for the Bulldogs, white jerseys, blue numerals, and black trim. That back tap went all the way to the far baseline, and Columbus North will start us off with the first possession of the ball game. It's Reese Harmon, the junior, on the far right side over to Jacob Trezina. Taking it back to Trezina. We mentioned, as Justin hit on, the zone look that Heritage showed at the JV level. It's the same true for their varsity, at least to start the ball game. Harmon Over to Truzina, now top of the perimeter, top of the key, I should say. That shot just short by Schiavello. Here come the Eagles. Quick first trip there.
And that's what I mean, is that you found the open hole. You just weren't able to connect off of it.
John Micklemore on the right elbow. Now Belmer. They work it back around the corner. Micklemore trying to sort out this man-to-man look that the Bulldogs give them. Mentioned this Heritage team went 19-6 a year ago. Captured a sectional title, did fall in regionals. Tie up on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. No, the Bulldogs will come out with it. They'll squirt it ahead to Truzina. Truzina on the far left side. There's Schiavello, finds a man in the corner. He'll tee up a triple. That's short. Board closed and taken by Truzina. Thompson looks ahead to Micklemore. Now Belt at the top. 90 seconds into this first quarter. Opening night of high school hoops across the state for many teams. Belt at the foul line. Looks for Kay. Finds him. Work it back around the horn to Thompson. Thompson now Belt in the corner. Faced by Barker. He'll tee up a three in his face. That's an air ball. Rebound falls into the hands of Schiavello. Up the lane. That layup is good for Blake Barker. And first blood belongs to the Bulldogs. They look with a little bit of a trap here. They'll hand to Heritage. See how the Eagles handle it. Belt in the corner to Micklemore. Guarded by Wishmeyer. Nice inside-out dribble. Belmer gives to Micklemore. Eagles 0 for their last two shots. Unable to get on the board just yet. Kay in the corner. Applause from the Columbus North bench. Happy with the defense they've seen so far. Thompson almost had his pocket picked. Micklemore in at the top. Belmer almost forced a nice pass inside. The layup is good for Mason Kay. Great patience there by the Eagles. Finally forced the issue inside, and Kay gets the bucket.
Nice little kiss by Kay.
I like the kiss off the glass. Reese Harmon, they feed in the corner. Back to Barker at the top. Harmon's triple, nothing but nylon. Reese Harmon knocks it down, 5-2 Bulldogs. They scored the last two straight shots.
And again, that's just great ball movement by Columbus North, able to find that open player. And with this zone trap that they work off of,
Belt will tee up a three. That's short. Board falls to Barker. Blake feeds. Harmon hit one a second ago. That one no good, and the rebound cleared by Belt. Belt gets it head to Thompson. Heavily pressured by Harmon. He's got to get it across the timeline. In trouble. Does get around him. And he's tripped from behind. That'll be a foul on Reese Harmon. His first foul of the game.
It's just been that what Columbus North really likes to do right now is run that zone trap, half-court zone trap, and it's really causing problems early for the Heritage Christian Eagles.
Bryce Riggle and Miles Colvin. Colvin, a freshman, and Riggle, a junior, checking in during that stoppage for the Eagles. Kay, risky pass. It's turned over. Truzina all by himself. A foot race to the rim. Lays it up and in. Truzina's got his first basket, and it's 7-2 Bulldogs. Once again, the Eagles having trouble trying to get it up the floor. Get it to Colvin, the freshman. He'll tee up a triple. That one's wide of the mark. Had the right amount of power on it, but it's a little wide. And the Bulldogs will take over. Eagles still trying to find themselves offensively. They were patient on that one layup by Kay, Justin, but other than that, the Bulldogs have pretty much been dominating them on that defensive side of the ball.
And offensively, as again, you see a little zone, and you find the open man right there.
They're attacking the middle the right way, as you'd expect. Good trap on the baseline. It's a jump ball tie-up. Arrow favors the Eagles, and there's a turnover they were looking for.
You still got to be careful if you're Heritage Christian. You got bailed out by the fact that the big man wasn't able to hold it or gain possession of it quickly, but that zone is very hit and miss, and when you miss big, and maybe Columbus North passed it one extra time, but other than that, Columbus North has this zone read up.
Asher Thompson and Jack Belt check out. Andrew Wiggins and Aiden Thompson check in. So it's Colvin, Wiggins, Kay, Riggle, Thompson out there for the Eagles. And a blocking foul called. This time it'll go against Harmon. That's his second. Haven't seen enough of a sample size yet out of the Bulldogs, but Harmon not afraid to shoot the triple. 1 for 2 tonight already. And he'll check out with those 2 personals. Eagles will have the basketball down 5. Riggle looks to inbound. Riggle forces it. It's hit the side of the backboard. It was partially tipped, but it fell to Micklemore. A very fortuitous break there for the Eagles. Colvin looking for some help. Pressured by Truzina. Riggle. Now Colvin. He'll tee up. That's inside the arc for 2. It breaks the drought there. About 2.5 minutes for the Eagles. They're back within 3. It's 7-4 Bulldogs. No hesitation there by the freshman.
No, and he was able to pull it up quickly.
Barker for 3.
Yeah.
Blake Barker answers right back with a triple of his own. They've already hit 2 threes in this quarter, and it's 10-4 Bulldogs. Trap once again being applied. Eagles almost turn it over. They will. That'll be last touched by Bryce Riggle, the junior. Trap being applied there by the Bulldogs, and Columbus North wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:44 left to go in this first quarter. Columbus North 10, Heritage Christian 4. You're watching high school basketball on Indiana SRN.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
.244 to go in this first quarter. Bulldogs lead the Eagles 10-4. Hey, Indiana SRN fans, how would you like us on Facebook? When you like us on Facebook, you'll never miss notifications for an upcoming game, as we have 235 more games to go this season. And knowing who wrote this, I'm going to bet that is 100% accurate. That's not a figurative number. 235.
My goodness.
Well, it's felt like a packed season already with the high school football season not officially done. It's done for our Indian SRN family of networks, but not done for the state, as the state finals will take place this Friday and Saturday. And you think about that, and basketball season just starting, 235 left, man. Proud to be bringing you that all season long. Bulldogs have the basketball out of the timeout. They lead by 6 here in this season opener and the home opener for Columbus North. Truzina drives down the lane. He'll kick outside to Schiavello for 3. That is off the back iron. Rebound tracked down, though, weak side by Truzina. And the Bulldogs will reset.
And again, that's the bad thing about that zone, is you give up those 50-50 balls.
Wishmeyer. And the North has done a good job of attacking the zone so far, not being afraid to attack the middle and create separation. Eagles once again miss out on a rebound. That one cleared by Will King, who checked in during that timeout. He'll go all the way to the rim, and he won't get a friendly roll, but a second chance won't go either. Last touch by Colvin. It'll stay on this end. More subs upcoming. Casper Clark, the senior forward, and applause of great detail from the Dog Pound student section here at Columbus North for the big fella.
Well represented, too, for the first game of the season.
Tuesday night, very, very much so. Truzina gives to Schiavello at the top of the perimeter. Under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. And a foul away from the basketball. I believe it's going to be a tie-up between Barker and Bryce Riggle, with Riggle being the guilty party. That's his first.
And again, Columbus North just being able to work the zone, find the open man, and that's what happens when you have to force play a little bit of man down low when you're used to zone.
Schiavello off the inbounds initiated a lot of contact there, and he threw it into the stands. Nice show of sportsmanship there by Cameron Wishmeyer, immediately reaching the hand up to, or hand down, I should say, to help him get up. $1:46 to go in this first quarter. Eagles down by 6 with the basketball. Still trying to solve this trap. They break it that time. Wiggins up ahead. Colvin from the top of the key. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebound taken by Barker. They want to push. Up ahead. Truzina lays it up, lays it in. Druzina's got 4, 12-4 Bulldogs. Largest lead of the game for them at 8. Colvin up ahead, almost turned it over, and they'll say it was tipped by the Bulldogs.
And Druzina is 2 for 2 from the 2-point line, and he's only missed 1 3 of the game so
That
far.
last layup at full speed, able to have the presence of mind to get that to go down, despite going full throttle. Colvin from the half-court line all the way to the rim. Might have gotten hacked. They'll say instead it's wide of the mark. Here comes King. King euroed a bit. Might have traveled. Schiavello triple, long. Rebound falls right to Druzina. He'll reset. Calling for it was Barker. No hesitation. That's long. This time the Eagles secure it. Board for Colvin. Up the floor. Miles thought about stopping and popping, and they'll say he double dribbled. He bounced it off his leg. Looked like he might have maintained the dribble for a second, but bounced off his leg, and they'll say it was enough that he picked it up and put it back down.
And that's something that Coach Jackson is going to have to try to drill into the young freshman, Miles Colvin. Only a freshman, so that's bound to happen with these growing pains, but at the same time, you have to be able to have the presence of mind in the zone to keep calm and not rush it.
Jack Belt checking in for the Eagles. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Bulldogs on top, 12-4. Casper Clark at the top of the perimeter. Now Barker. Barker hesitates, inside-out dribble. Finds Schiavello, falling away, got it to go. Schiavello's first basket of the ball game, largest lead of the game for the Bulldogs. It's grown to 10, 14-4, final 30 seconds of this first quarter. Colvin, handoff to Belt. Looking for a screen. Feeds Belmer, back to Colvin. Picked up his dribble in a bad spot. He double dribbled. He picked it up and dribbled it once. Caught it back on his side. That was on the initial pass. Went to dribble again. The officials saw it
and again,
called it on the turnover. Second double dribble and as many possessions for Colvin.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that the coach hasn't taken him out just for that.
Yeah, Coach Jackson letting him power through it. That first one really wasn't his fault in terms of where he was in relation to where the ball bounced. But that second one, I'd be a little more alert there. Final 5 seconds of the quarter. Schiavello kicks, top of the perimeter, Horn, 3, no, putback won't go. Buzzer sounds to end that first quarter of play. All Bulldogs here in the opening quarter of the home opener here at Columbus North High School. Columbus North Bulldogs 14, Heritage Christian Eagles 4. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more high school basketball after this. You're watching it all on Indiana SRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
SRN, and remember, try to be that 1,000th follower. I don't remember if it's up to $25 or what that gift card's at right now.
I think it's higher.
Oh, we did. We already hit that this week. Thank you, Riley. Shows you where I've been in social media. Last night, well, congratulations to whoever that 1,000th follower was. Our PR department did not send that to me before this broadcast. Up to 1,003 followers. So, well, if you missed out on it, we plugged it plenty this past weekend at the Volleyball All-Star Game. So don't feel too bad for you there. One section you might feel bad for right now, the Heritage Christian Eagles. They're still trying to figure things out in this opening half, trailing 14-4. Jimmy Cook alongside Justin Griffiths. And Justin, a lot of trouble taking care of the basketball and finding the bottom of the net in that first quarter for the Eagles.
Yeah, it was, again, what we mentioned. They had to keep a hold on the ball when they had it, and time of possession definitely favored the Bulldogs. But even when Heritage had it, 2 double dribbles in a row.
Cobb looked like he was going to lob it. He threw up a 3 on the far left side, and it banked home.
My goodness. That was definitely a lob-type pass, and he just hit the right spot on the backboard.
Justin, you may remember off air, I'm not going to refer to what it was, but I was telling you about a game I watched last night. That shot was still better than the one that I saw last night.
Really?
Put that in perspective. 17-4 your score, a 13-point advantage for the Bulldogs after that ridiculous triple by Darren Cobb. And one. Drive to the rim by Jacob Truzina. A much-needed basket for the Eagles. They'll head to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play. Excuse me, scratch that. Jack Belt at the line. My apologies.
Back for the Bulldogs, number 10, Jacob Trusina.
Trusina now checks into the game.
Good eye, Justin. So Jack Belt, the junior, the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Jack Belt at the line for one.
Able to get that old-fashioned three-point play and cut this deficit down to 10, but it's still a long road for these Heritage Christian Eagles.
King gives the top to Truzina. Truzina feeds inside. Casper Clark, the big fella, puts his head down, goes to work, puts it up there, puts it in, bullies his way to the glass. And they're back up by 12, 19-7, and a full-court trap still being applied. Truzina went full force to try to get that steal. He made contact, and that'll be his first foul.
Foul on number 10, Jacob Trusina, his first, the team's fourth.
So 4 fouls early for Columbus North. Not really a problem yet, but still 6:50 left to play in the half. That could get ugly quick.
Eagles up ahead. Belt feeds to Belmer. Belmer gives over to Belt. Belt waiting for some movement. Finds Micklemore. Thought about a triple. Instead, he gives it to Belmer. Wide open for three. Good. Got the friendly roll.
My goodness, friendly roll is true with that. And every part of the rim, Jimmy.
And the Bulldogs need a timeout. We'll stay here. 30-second timeout. 6:27 left to go in this second quarter. Bulldogs on top, 19-10.
Well, even with that 19-10 lead, Columbus North has had to burn 2 of their timeouts already in the first half.
Okay. Let's take one more look at that last triple by the Eagles. You see Belmore calling for basically pitching a Ted on there, and you're exactly right, Justin. Hit every part of the rim and then the backboard, and then finally decided to drop home. It's been that kind of night so far for the Eagles, needing pretty much anything they can get to get some buckets, but still very much within striking distance, only down 9.
Yeah, and with 6.5 left to play in the first half, it is definitely going to be a long road to recovery, but it's not undoable, especially in the three-point era. It's only 3 possessions.
Chiavello over to Clark, and working around the horn. And a offensive foul to call. They'll call an illegal screen against Trusina. That's going to be his second. Fifth on the team. 2 away from free throws the rest of the way.
Harmon and Trusina, both of them in foul trouble for the Bulldogs.
They're letting Trusina play out there with those fouls. Meanwhile, Harmon has not been so lucky. They're being more conservative with him. Remember, 5 fouls and you're DQ'd here in the state of Indiana for high school basketball. Pass up the way. Asher Thompson, the junior, picked up his dribble, and they'll call an offensive foul the other way, I believe. If not, 3 seconds. Let's see. Another offensive foul. That one's going to go against Mason Kay. Kay's first. It's the second against the Eagles.
Well, I will say this. Heritage Christian has been disciplined on not giving up many fouls, but they've actually switched to a little man-to-man.
Clark over to Trusina.
Had to.
All about it. King feeds inside. Hanging and adjusting is Casper Clark. He's pushed the lead back up to 11. And that trap forced a turnover. Horn got the steal all the way to the rim, lays it up. No, we'll say no shot. Fouled en route to the cup.
That was just a frustration turnover by Belt. He kind of slammed it down on the floor, trying to get a kick ball.
Yeah, that
out of
trap's
it.
starting to get the better of the Eagles in this late stage of second quarter. That time, Horn able to get the easy steal. Eagles look to get it in. They go to the backcourt to get it. Is Barker matched up with Thompson. Now Clark. Clark, nice high-low feed. Wilson trying to go baseline, and a blocking foul is called. Looked like he might have pushed off, but they'll say Cobb was moving the feet.
Well, I think Cobb hit him with the offhand before the push-off happened. So good call by the referees early in this game. You don't get that very often because this is the first game for everybody. Everybody probably had a scrimmage. But other than that, it's been a long offseason for these referees.
Feed inside. Clark again. Not that time. Rebound to Wiggins. Eagles up the floor. And not to let a black cat loose here at Columbus North High School. As a triple is good. Jack Belt for three. His first three-pointer of the ball game. Eagles back with an 8, but the officials have been very on point considering, like you mentioned, a lot of rust, I'm sure, from the long offseason. They've looked sharp to this point. Thompson with the outlet pass off of the rebound by Wiggins, and Thompson tried to force it over to Andrew, but he turned it over.
Miscommunications there by Wiggins and the ball handler. I don't even know what he tried to see there, because Wiggins definitely wasn't going up for a screen. He was trying to work down low. Ball just got there a little bit too early.
It could have been his head was down. He thought that Wiggins was trying to cut, but either way, like you mentioned, not the greatest of passes. Three in the air by Horn is good. Cooper Horn, his second three of the night. First one that was intentionally shot. The first one he had was that one of the Bulldogs logo early stage of the second quarter. It looked like it was an alley-oop pass that ended up banking in. Up ahead, the Wilson layup is good. 5 straight points by the Bulldogs, and the Eagles to let this play out if they want to use a timeout here. They will let it play on. They break the trap. Thompson back on defense of the Bulldogs. Approaching 4 minutes to go. Step back, triple in the air. Belt shot off the mark. Rebound. Fought for, gathered by Wishmeyer. Up ahead. One more time in the air for Horn. That one off the mark. Board cleared by Wiggins. 13-point deficit. Eagles trying to find their footing and get back into this one. They've come close, cut it as near as 8. Kay, low pass, gathered by Thompson. Solid defense all night long so far by the Bulldogs. Tough layup, won't go. Iron unkind for Belt, and here come the Bulldogs. Barker hesitates, Euros down the lane, blocking foul called. He'll go to the line.
No shot on the floor.
Correction, thank you, good eye, Justin. They'll say that shot did not get up. It'll be the 15th foul, though.
You were correct on the blocking call. It was just the fact that
no, it's important.
It happened before the shot.
That's an important detail. If not, there's free throws at stake there. Bulldogs will have it. They set to inbound.
Also number 2, Reese Herman.
Harmon back into the game with those 2 fouls. Barker all the way to the rim, and he laid it up and in. Thought he might try to tomahawk it down. Instead, a finger roll like a gentleman, and the lead's up to 15. Wiggins resets. This matches the largest lead of the game. And they turn it over. Wilson, a breakaway. Dives into contact. They let it play on. Last touch by the Eagles. He'll stay on this end. Under 3 to go in this first half.
And the Eagles switching to that man-to-man defense has allowed this lead to get away from them. They were able to control a little bit better in that zone, but from 8 points now up to 15 for Columbus North.
Hesitation, Harmon, nice feed, leaves it right in front for Wishmeyer. He puts it in for his first basket of the night. Largest lead of the game at 17, 30-13. And to your point, Justin, the Eagles were left with no choice. The crisp cuts and screens being set by the Bulldogs against that zone, really attacking the middle like you should, left them no other choice but to switch to man-to-man, and that's kind of where really playing right in the hands of what the Bulldogs wanted. If the zone's not working, you can't let uncontested triples go up all night. Got to switch back to man-to-man, and so far the Bulldogs have thrived against that defense.
I mean, I see your point, but at the same time, you were able to limit those miscues earlier on than right now.
All the way in front of the rim. That shot good by Andrew Wiggins, his first basket. Up ahead in the fast break. Beautiful ball movement leads to a triple for Barker. That's good. An inverted weave there by the Bulldogs. Lead back to 18. Timeout taken by the Eagles.
And again, it's just frustration both by Coach Jackson and the Eagles in general. They have not been able to figure out that zone trap, and Columbus North only picks it up 3/4 of the court.
And we mentioned as well, give credit where credit is due to Heritage Christian. They've gotten this all the way down to 8 in this first half, as recently as about 3 or 4 minutes ago. But as Justin alluded to,
it was right around when they switched from zone to man is when the game got away from them.
That switch, you're right, exactly. And then, of course, as you mentioned, the hybrid mix of a zone with a trap look to it has started to frustrate the Eagles and force them into costly turnovers. Wiggins gets it up ahead to Riggle. Just over 2 minutes to go in this first half. Colvin down the lane, hangs and scores. Miles Colvin, his second field goal of the game. Bulldogs quickly up the way, and a travel called against Cameron Wishmeyer. They tried to go quick, and they'll say Wishmeyer shuffled the feet. So Eagles will get it back with under 2 to go in this first half. They'll try to move quick to sort around this trap. Riegel crosses the timeline. Fake the handoff to Colvin. The Eagles have really not been able to get a ton of penetration so far tonight. That's a nice fake. That's a solid shot by Riegel, but can't get it to go. In a world of trouble, and it's almost a turnover. Good effort there, though, by Bryce. Nice hesitation. Colvin, the stutter step, the three, it's good. Miles Colvin, the freshman, showing off the handles, and the lead down to 13.
And that's what you need to do if you're Heritage Christian. You also had Wiggins down low if you wanted to go that route. He had his man beat. But positive play if you're the head coach for Heritage.
Eagles looking for a stop to build off of this. Barker, other intentions in mind. He answers a triple of his own. Bang, bang, he says. Like two gunslingers. Those two sharpshooters back-to-back, and the lead back to 16. Colvin. Over to Riegel. Under a minute to go in this first half. Baseline drive. Good extra pass. Wiggins mid-range. Too strong. Board secured by Wishmeyer. Bulldogs say push. They will. Harmon feeds in the corner. Baseline. Chiavello. Finger roll, no. Rebound saved right to the Bulldogs. Beautiful passing and one. Put him on the line. Blake Barker. A hesitation pump fake in midair. Got it to go off glass with the right hand, and a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play.
My goodness, Barker has taken over this game with 11, 13, 15 points in the first half.
None prettier than that right there. And he does convert the three-point play. Largest lead of the game. Now sits at 19 with 30 seconds to go in the half. Wiggins breaks the trap, pushes it ahead to Riegel. Extra pass. Colvin thought about a three. He'll reset with 20. Crosses over and hit his foot. They'll play on. Belmer with 15. He's got a little bit of space. Now dish it over to the far left side. That's Thompson. Colvin, top of the arc. That one wild. Thompson the board. Second chance, yes. Aiden Thompson using that 6'8" height. Final seconds of the half. Three in the air. Three through the bottom of the net. Cooper Horn at the horn hits the triple to push this to a 20-point advantage as we head to the halftime break. One more look at that. Beautiful find in the corner, and the three is good for Horn. Unofficially his third triple of that half, and the Columbus North Bulldogs rolling in their home opener. They lead the Heritage Christian Eagles 42-20 at the halftime break. Stay with us. We'll have more after this. You're watching high school basketball, opening week of the high school basketball season across the state of Indiana on Indiana SRN.
In athletics, we embrace the school's mission to glorify God, pursue excellence, and disciple students. This mission is at the core of who we are, driving our students and coaches to pursue athletics in a distinctive way that brings honor to Jesus Christ. Athletics teaches students about the value of competition, about teamwork and goal setting, about respect and hard work. The privilege of interscholastic athletic participation can be one of the most rewarding experiences in a student's life. The responsibility associated with this privilege can help the student-athlete maintain proper perspective and serve as a reminder of what is truly important in life. We win through sports if we develop competitive and successful athletic teams and individuals. We win through life if we glorify God to be the best that we can be. As we build on our statewide reputation of athletic excellence that emphasizes sportsmanship and outreach, I look forward to seeing how God will continue to use Heritage Christian Athletics to impact our community.
The greatest thing ever said about mankind was that we were made in God's image. And
The best thing for me about Heritage is that you form such close relationships with teachers and other students. It's just amazing for me to be walking down the hallway and to run into one of my old elementary school teachers and they still remember my name. They'll come up and give me a big hug and be like, Rachel, oh, how are you doing? Like, tell me about your life.
That's right. That's right. Come see what love has done.
We are integrating a biblical worldview into everything that we do here. Every class that we have, every relationship that's here on campus, every athletic activity, team, club, fine arts, that's part of the value proposition of discipleship here at Heritage. And how our faculty and staff speak into and pour into our student lives is so important. And you see that in so many ways. You see it obviously in the classroom, but you also see it with teachers who lead clubs, who are talking and tutoring with students after school, who really care about what's going on in our students' lives, and they're there to make a difference.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christian.
I am Heritage. I am Heritage.
Every hurt and every sting, he has walked the suffering, he knows.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Sometimes it's helpful to step outside the story for a minute and take a look at the story behind the story. It's kind of like watching a behind-the-scenes segment on a DVD. Sometimes you learn more about the story by learning about how the story was put together. Now, some stories are simple. Finding Nemo? Yeah, I get that. They're trying to find Nemo. Not sure how much more I need to know than that. Inception, on the other hand? I felt like I needed a college degree to get that one. Kind of like trying to follow one of Pastor Allen's sermons. Good thing he gives us an outline to follow. Over the past few months, during the A Mighty Source series, we've pretty much been following God's story along a straight line, from creation all the way to the current predicament the Israelites are in. We've covered everything in the order it actually happened. But the Bible itself isn't organized exactly like that. Some parts of the Bible go back and recap something that occurred earlier, giving us different details about what happened. Other parts of the Bible are written in different styles. The book of Psalms and the book of Proverbs are good examples. Psalms is a collection of songs and poems written by a number of different writers, but mostly by King David. David pours out his heart to God about the good and bad things that happened to him and the people around him. The Psalms paint an amazing picture of who God is and how God helped folks like David at every step of their journey. The book of Proverbs is a little different. This one was written by David's son, Solomon, who also became king of Israel. One of the things Solomon was known for was how wise he was, and this book shows us why. It's basically a collection of short little sayings that God inspired Solomon to write that describe what's true about life and how to follow God. Proverbs is one of those books that's so profound, sometimes you have to sit and chew on it one verse at a time and savor it like it's a fine meal. Pretty cool, huh? The great leaders not only followed God in the way that they ruled their countries and fought battles, they also wrote poetry and wise sayings that express their love for God. Makes me think about what it would be like if Governor Haslam wrote blues music he played down on Music Row in Nashville, or maybe even up on stage here at World Outreach. So, that's the story behind the story at this point in the story. Got it? Good.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
Ah, my favorite patient. Ah, my favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
Welcome back to Columbus North High School. Jimmy Cook alongside Justin Griffith. Start of the second half about to get underway. The host Bulldogs on top by 20, 42-22 over the Heritage Christian Eagles. Justin, a lot of adjustments needed by Heritage Christian if they're going to make this a ball game in the second half.
Yeah, and it starts right here on the offensive side of the ball, technically, but defensively they need to shut down the three. Columbus North is 7 of 15 from behind the arc in the first half.
A blistering performance led by Blake Barker with 16 and Cooper Horn, who's hitting 3 threes for 9 points in that first half. Eagles successfully break the trap to start this first half. Three-pointer by McLemore off the mark. Rebound taken by Belt. Belt kicks it out. Belmer tees the triple. That's off the mark as well. Rebound taken by Barker. So 2 good looks from beyond the arc by the Eagles, neither able to fall. The Bulldogs look to add to their lead. On the other side of things, Justin, it was easy as pie for the Bulldogs in that first half. A little struggles early on, but after that, it was smooth sailing.
Well, when you shoot 10 of 18 from the floor,
Chiavello to the rim, lays it up and in.
Make it 11 of 19 from the floor, and then 7 of 15 from the three-point line. Yeah, you're going to coast.
He now has 4. The lead is 22. Thompson draped all over by Barker. Now Belmer. Pressured by Harmon. Harmon operating with those 2 fouls. Did a good job in the last couple minutes of that second quarter to not pick up his third. Searching for answers of the Eagles. Hesitation step by McLemore. Creates a little bit of separation. Now he'll reset. Belt at the top. 5 points for him in that first half. Forces a pass, and they'll call a push on Barker. He pushed Thompson in the back as he was trying to receive that entry pass. Will be the first on the team. The Barker's first. Thompson. Got to get it in to avoid the 5-second count. High pass to Belmer. They do so. Belmer, quick toss to Thompson. At the volleyball line. Around a screen. Suffocating defense by the Bulldogs. They find a weakness, though. Belt draws contact, and he'll head to the line for 2 free ones. Something we did not see a lot of in that first half were fouls that led to free throws. A couple here and there on some old-fashioned three-point plays, but the Eagles forcing the issue there, forcing the officials to make that call.
Yeah, it really was. Each team went 1 for 1 from the foul stripe. Heritage is now 2 for 2.
Belt with one of those free throws in the first half, if I'm not mistaken.
He has all the free throws.
There you go. All the free throws, all the points for the Eagles so far in this first half, second half I should say. Lead back down to 20, been as high as 22. Nice backdoor cut. They'll turn it into a pass in the corner. Thompson, make that Wishmeyer rather. Wishmeyer inside, Barker hangs and 1! Blake Barker adjusting in midair again. His second and 1 opportunity in this ball game.
My goodness, what can Barker not do?
18 on the night, can make it 19 at the line with the old-fashioned three-point play. Barker, the junior, one of the leaders on this Columbus North team, proven so right now. Pressure still being applied, but not as aggressive by the Eagles. They get it across. Backdoor cut. Layup up. Layup wild. Rebound. Tipped around. Gathered by Harmon. Pushes ahead. Barker kicks. Beautiful vision. Cruzina's 3. No good. Rebound Belt. Their passes are so quick, though, and precise. You think that every one of those is going to lead to an open man for a 3. That time it did, but couldn't get it to go down. McLemore finds the man down low. Belt hangs and scores.
Great move by Belt, just being able to pump fake, get the man in the air, and then follow through for 2.
Belt now with 9. That long shot is good by Savello. He's got 6. Lead is 23. Hanging shot Good by Belt. He's starting to put on a little bit of a show in this second half. Drazina controls. He's in the corner to Chiavello. Up top, Truzino let a three fly off the back iron. Rebound was pawed at by Wishmeyer to be out of bounds to the Eagles. Bryce Riggle checks back in for the Eagles. 4.5 even left to go in this third quarter.
Also in for the Eagles, number 31, Miles Colvin.
Very close. Miles Colvin almost wasn't able to sub in on that. Referee almost handed the ball to the Heritage Christian man on the baseline or sideline.
Yeah, late sub by Coach Jackson's staff. Colvin will handle the point guard duties, at least to start this possession. Thompson around a screen, trying to create separation. Picked up his dribble in a bad spot, heavily pressured. Has to get rid of it. Otherwise, he risks the 5-second closely guarded call. Just got rid of it. Riggle, heavily pressured. Pocket picked by Harmon with those 2 fouls. All by himself. Tried to throw it down and missed the jam. Follow is good by Chiavello. Can't blame him. Had to try it there. Vertical not quite where he thought it'd be, but the lead is 23. No harm done as Chiavello hits the layup.
Well, if you're...
And Harmon again picks a pocket. This time up ahead to Barker. He'll throw it down with 2 hands. Blake Barker. Skies up for the 2-handed jam, and the lead is 25.
Yeah, if you're not going to do it yourself, hand it off to Barker. He's been able to do everything tonight.
Not a bad way to get his 20th point on the evening. Hesitation. Thompson is good.
Asher Thompson.
Elbow jumper for Asher Thompson, his first basket of the ball game. Lead back down to 23. Eagles in need of some stops. Barker controls after that monster jam in the fast break. Crosses over, down the lane, draws contact, and head to the line for 2.
Boy, Barker, like you mentioned it, Jimmy, has done it all.
And as the game's gone on, Justin, you could tell the confidence has really started to flow through him. Not a lot of hesitation, especially on that drive. Forcing the issue completely, something we did not see a lot of in that first half by anybody on the floor. Barker, if you can have a quiet 16 in that first half, and really starting to make a name for himself so far here in half number 2.
Well, it also helps that he hasn't attempted a 3 yet, so as soon as he attempts that 3 in the second half, look out.
Both free throws good. Lead back up at 25, matching the largest mark of the ball game.
Mostly because he has not missed in the second half.
Something to keep an eye on for sure. Colvin at the volleyball line. Gives it in the high post to Kay. Kay finds Thompson. Tried to go baseline, shut down by Harmon, who has 2 steals already in this half. Colvin. And Harmon might have got away with a trip there. They say play on. Colvin at the deck's hard. Thompson looking to do something with the basketball, and now he is tripped from behind. That one won't go on Harmon. It'll go on Barker. That'll be his second. In the stage we're at right now, not the end of the world, but something to keep an eye on for your leading scorer.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is that's 2 in the second half. He didn't foul at all in the first half, but also watch this, Jimmy. Colvin gave the referee a weird look when he didn't get that tripping
almost
call
as if
earlier.
to say, what happened, man? I hit the deck. Where are we at right now?
So
Thompson has the ball go off his hip, out of bounds, back to the Bulldogs.
You know, I've learned at an early age you never want to make that referee mad at you. And, again, he's just a freshman, so he'll learn. But
I get where the young man was coming from.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with your point. There's a fine line between, bad-mouthing the officials and being surprised that you're on your backside and no call is made as they push it ahead to Colvin. Let's see if it matters at all. Colvin, a wild shot. There wasn't any contact there, so not a place for the official to make a call. Barber, nice pass. Harmon got in too deep. Instead, he'll give it to the big fellow and Clark. Back to Harmon. No hesitation. Triple good. Reese Harmon, his second triple of the ball game. Second basket of the game, both threes. He's got 6 on the night. Lead has grown to 28. $1:45 to go in this third quarter. Eagles try to answer, and a little arm extension there by Micklemore as he went baseline. They'll say he got whapped on the wrist, foul on the floor.
That was interesting because it could have gone as an offensive foul with a chicken wing.
Yeah, the way the arm extended there, slightly surprised. It didn't go the other way. Nevertheless, it'll stay on this end for the Eagles. Thompson's got to trigger it in. Nobody's going to the basket. He's got to force it in, and he does to Cobb. Cobb will get it to Colvin. Hit a big-time triple from the top of the perimeter in that first half. He'll give it to Wiggins. Back to Colvin. 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Colvin airmails it to the far right. Out of bounds, back to the Bulldogs.
And again, it's just freshmen making a simple mental error has cost the Eagles at least 6 to 9 points.
An opening ball game for, as we mentioned and we talked with the coaching staff, a young roster on this Heritage Christian team. A lot of new faces, a lot of fresh varsity experience. This is something that's going to grow as the season goes on. Nice pass inside, great pump fake, better finish. Casper Clark gets to go down. He's got 6. It's a 30-burger. Colvin, nice behind the back for 3. It's good. Same finesse move we saw in that first half, or really close to it. Colvin shown some flashes as the freshman. Clark inside, misfired, board taken. They'll go ahead, up to Cobb. Cobb will reset. Lazy pass in the corner, picked off by Clark. They'll look ahead, and Carmen had his pocket picked behind by Colvin. He wants to push, up ahead, hesitation, triple, short. Colvin wanted a little bit of give and go. They didn't see it, did Thompson.
You got to reward the big man for running down the lane there. Not only he gets a steal, he outlets it out like you're taught, and then you run down the floor and don't get rewarded for an easy 2, instead a 3 that you were lucky.
And that's a situation where, like we talked about it, the chemistry will develop as this team gets together a little more this season. Just the opening ball game. That inbound pass way high over the far right side. Trap being applied. They get it over to Thompson. Pocket pick. It's a 4 on none. Up ahead. Chavello tried to throw it down. We'll give him a dunk. His hand was over the arm, over the rim. Not quite a full force authority slam, but we'll give it to him. Lead is 29. And a foul in the far corner committed by Casper Clark with 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. The second team foul on Clark, 5th on the team, so no free throws. Eagles will have 11 and a half ticks left to work with. They got to get it in. They'll throw it all the way in the backcourt. Thompson with 7. Pressured by Harmon. Thompson with 4. No screen help. Thompson in trouble. Picked it up with 1. Hesitation. Triple high. Moon ball in the air and just clips the back iron to end our third quarter of play. More of the same in that third quarter. The Bulldogs rolling through this home opener so far at the end of 3 quarters of play. Bulldogs 62. Eagles 33. Come back and join us for this final quarter after this on Indian SRN.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Welcome back to Columbus North High School. Hey, don't ever miss one of these broadcasts. You should be telling your friends about them, but if you haven't, maybe you need to be getting those notifications. Follow us on Twitter and never miss a game on Indiana SRN. That's at Indiana SRN. Also, be sure to hit the notifications button as well so you get those sent directly to your phone. Never miss a broadcast. I'm Jimmy Cook, alongside me, Justin Griffiths. Riley, our head producer, here this evening on this Thanksgiving Hoops Week. Start of the fourth quarter, a 29-point advantage for the host Bulldogs. They have the basketball with that lead. A quick turnover sends it back to Heritage Christian.
And again, Heritage Christian their schedule doesn't get very easier. They have the Muncie, the Bud Brown Classic in Muncie Burris, where they face Northwood at 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 30th.
Well, look, my philosophy's always been, especially with a young team, you need to stack the schedule as much as you can. The beautiful thing about the state of Indiana, as a turnover, we'll get a run out here. Truzina, he'll lay it up like a gentleman off glass. No dunk attempt there for him. Truzina now with 64-33 advantage Bulldogs. Schedule your setup as tough as you can, because when everybody makes it to the big dance or the class tournaments across the state of Indiana, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're scheduling cupcake teams. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go and have one or two in there to get that feel of winning and get the confidence up. But for the most part, you ought to be scheduling games like this where you're truly tested like you're going to be in the tournament as a turnover right there. It's more unique, though, Justin, especially given the fact this is a young Heritage Christian team. A nice block there by Thompson. Leaves a run out. Colvin to the rim and one. Miles Colvin. A pleasant show so far tonight. The lone bright spot so far for the Eagles. But again, because they're such a young team, you'll see more of those errors magnified. But I still think it's smart to have matchups like this to build yourself for that second season.
So, and then we talked about it off the air. If you're Heritage Christian, Coach Jackson, you start coaching for that Bud, the Muncie Burris Classic.
Yeah, and you're not, obviously you're not actively telling your players that. Your mindset is still, hey, we want to win this game, but you are preparing, seeing what you have, especially with a young team like this. You need to push all the buttons you can to figure out what kind of roster you're going to have. Wild up and under layup by Thompson off the mark, up ahead to Barker. He'll throw it down again! A two-handed slam by Blake Barker, and a lead back to 30.
And Barker being very careful to make sure he doesn't use that as a pull-up as another steal.
Well, let's see what he's got this time.
Oh, my goodness.
And a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. More than likely to pull some starters. If I was to wager a guess, Blake Barker, 2 back-to-back dunks. Full timeout will take one as well. Under 6 to go in this fourth quarter. It's a Bulldog bonanza. They lead at 68-36 over the Eagles. Stay with us on Indiana SRN.
Our family has been very happy working with Wallflower Pictures,
because they make sure that I get the acting skills that I need in this industry and the education that I need.
Wallflower Pictures supports UV's journey in the industry. They're very passionate about his growth, and they're very professional and attentive to our needs.
And I truly believe in the projects I've worked on, like For the Boys and The Walk.
We love working with Wallflower Pictures.
Cool. We've talked a lot about where you can follow us on social media, but you're foolish if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and you'll get notified for all of our upcoming games. My statisticians tonight say we have 235 more games to go. I don't know if that fully took into account tonight's games or not. I trust Riley. So, sure it did. So we have a second here. Let's take one more look at one of those two-handed jams by Blake Barker. My goodness, bring the house down, young fella.
And it was just off of a nice little pickpocket. You have your student section there anyway. You want to show off for them, and then you're able to finish it with authority.
Bell over that way to Horn, as new faces checked in all across the way. To the rim, a slam with authority attempted by Andrew Wiggins. He'll head to the line for 2 free ones. Man.
And, we talk about going up with authority, and Wiggins definitely did that.
I don't think we have a shot of it. Corey Jackson's face was one of those little, just his face was open just a tad when he saw his young
I was
forward
going with
take the baseline.
It was more of, I hope he's okay.
That was
because the way he landed, it could have been bad, and the fact that it wasn't called a flagrant, which again, great job by the referees saying that the defender went for the ball, but I could easily see that how that's a flagrant one on the on Columbus North.
Flagrant or no flagrant, I'll tell you this much. That was one of those, the game's not going right, but I'm going to put you on a poster and get myself a highlight jam attempts. Multiple props there to Andrew Wiggins. On the other end, wide good for Jacob Trusina. Lead is 33, largest of the game. Eagles almost turn it over. They'll say it was tipped by Trusina.
Well, and while we have a minute here, we have Covenant Christian beat Bethesda 87-37.
Man.
The Lady Eagles are leading the Lady Red Devils 34-27 at the end of the third.
I want to keep an eye on how the Lady Eagles roll through. A lazy pass that is going to be tipped. They'll be able to go back and get it. 5 minutes even to go. Riggle will walk it up. Pressured all around. Picked up his dribble in a bad spot. Now Wiggins. They're giving him all kinds of space. He'll step into a triple. I don't know if it was partially blocked or not, but a tie-up on the floor is going to be a loose ball foul against Belt. And the Bulldog, the dog pound section, let him have it.
And again, I think this is where the referees might have missed one. Wiggins looked like he got hit a little bit on the three-point attempt. But again, when this game's out of hand like it is, as that three is up and no good, but tip and in.
Nice follow there by Will King. Lead up to 35. Cobb around a screen, and they'll say he was slapped on the wrist.
Foul on number 22, Will King, his first the team's 8th.
Against King.
Back in for Heritage.
That's the team's 8th, so that's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity. Free throws the rest of the way for the Eagles. We mentioned it's the Heritage team that is very young. But at the same time, sectional winners last year. They've won 5 sectional titles in their history, and one of them just came last season. Lost in the regional round to Shenandoah, 62-55.
And now, Mason K returns for the
Both free throws made there by Cobb. Lead is 33.
I mean, if you just take away Barker, it's a close game here. Barker finished his night with 27 points.
Whole another ball game. 2 of those being dunks, as active hands there by the Bulldogs leads to a turnover. Been that kind of night. Trusina, Euros to the rim, and he's fouled on the floor, I believe. That official looked like he was waiting to see if that shot would go down. But it is a foul on the floor. Be the 4th team foul against the Bulldogs. Excuse me, the Eagles, rather. Horn will be the trigger man. Cooper lobs it in to Trusina. Giving it a go to Horn. Thought he was going to shoot that. Instead, quick pass to Clark. Can't get it to go. Second chance, puts it up. Might have gotten hacked. Third chance, he is hacked. And the big fella will go to the line for 2 free ones. Casper Clark, the 6'6 senior forward, working his tail off there. Getting not 1, not 2, not 3, but a 4th.
Yeah.
Offensive board.
And if you're Clark, you have to come up, not chin the ball, but definitely come up with authority as he misses the free throw. When you get your own offensive rebound, you have to make sure that you go up stronger instead of that. Again, it's the first game of the season, but when you play in 4A where with the likes of Carmel, Warren, Pike, Ben Davis, you know, just name a MIC team, they play physical defense. And if you're Columbus North, you're going to run into them at some point in time. Have to be stronger if you're the big man down low.
Ding Ding, the 6'3 junior for the Bulldogs, checking in during those free throws. 33-point advantage. 3 for Belmer. Off the mark. Rebound tracked down by the Eagles, though. The possession will continue. Riggle, pump fake, tried to hesitate, and he's fouled on the floor.
And again, that's just playing devil's advocate. You played so well here in this first game against Heritage Christian, who beat you on their own floor last year. You come around and then you mop the floor with them this year. It is interesting going to be what happens here with the last 3:27.
Free throw off the mark. Rebound taken by Ding Ding. That's exactly right, Justin. Interesting to see how these last couple of minutes do play out. Like I mentioned, both these teams still trying to figure out their identity for the season. A little more clear for the Bulldogs, as dominant as they've been. Ding Ding, pass inside, wrapped up and foul.
Ding Ding again, being able to go up a little bit stronger. Just not able to finish, but it was reasonable because he had a Heritage Christian Eagle all over him.
First free throw off the mark. One more upcoming for Ding Ding. Hesitates. Off the mark. Rebound. Falls right into the hands of King. And he's fouled.
Heritage Christian foul on number 34, Mason Kay, is fourth. Team foul 6. Will King to the line for 2.
At the foul line is King. Got a friendly bounce there. One more upcoming for him. 3:07 left to go in this ball game as suddenly it's slowed to a snail's pace. Those free throws good, 74-39. Nick Lamore turned it over, loose ball. Routed taken by Riggle. They pass it over, Belt to the rim and one.
And again, if you're Coach Jackson, Belt is one of the highlights of tonight, which he has 20 points.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. We'll take one as well. Full timeout on the floor. Under 3 to play in this one. All Bulldogs, 74-41 over the Eagles. We'll have some Belt free throws when we come back on Indian SRN.
Parents, do you like free food? Hut, hike it on over to Prodigy Burger and Bar, where Monday is family night and kids eat free. Every day you can find daily specials featuring craft burgers, tacos, wings, and more. Prodigy is now playing the NFL Sunday Ticket on more than 25 TVs, so you won't miss a second of your favorite teams. Prodigy also caters, hosts private events, as well as dine and donates. Celebrate your school spirit with us at Prodigy Burger and Bar. More than just burgers, located in Clay Terrace in Carmel.
Hey, sports fans, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, on our YouTube page, to get notified of upcoming games, just like this one. It's the high school basketball season. Plenty of other winter sports mixed in there as well. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page to get all the action on Indian SRN. 2:55 left to go in this fourth quarter play. The Columbus North Bulldogs all over the Heritage Christian Eagles.
Jack Belt at the line for
Jack Belt for the Eagles at the line for an old-fashioned three-point play opportunity.
And I
Short rebound taken by King.
And I mentioned before we went to break, Belt is the only highlight, or one of the highlights for Heritage Christian. He has 20 points. You know, with a team only scoring 41, you don't think that happens very often, but Belt able to keep his team in it as much as he can, but all for naught because, as we mentioned before, it was the Blake Barker show here tonight with 27. Ding Ding missing a nice little attempt.
Other side, layup no, put back no, rebound falls to the Bulldogs. Cobb has Ding Ding on the side, said he'll drive, got it to go. Officials saying no call, they let him play on. Lead is 35, matches the largest lead of the night. And a foul hand check, they'll say, against Ding Ding.
Foul on number 12, Daniel Ding. That is his first. Heritage Christian in the double bonus. Michael Belmont to the line for 2.
They'll send Michael Belmont to the charity stripe. .2:15 to go. I don't often do this, but for most of this broadcast, we referred to Alex Belmer as Michael Belmer. I apologize to the Belmer family. Max Preps lied to me. 76-43 the score, a 33-point advantage for the Bulldogs.
Heritage Christian foul on
Yeah,
the
so if you
floor.
want to blame anyone, blame Max Preps.
Yeah.
That is his third, the team's 8th. Back in for the Eagles, number 33, Aiden Thompson. Horn at the line, shooting 1 and 1.
A one-on-one opportunity still in effect as that foul was called against the Eagles. Front end is nothing but nylon. One more for Horn. He had 9 points in that first half, all coming from beyond the arc. One of them was one of the more wild triples you'll see. That one good as well. Makes them both. Lead back to 35. The Eagles just getting a feel for their offense. Michael Belmer gives the Belt. Belt feeds back inside to Belmer. Now Riggle. He's up a triple. Long. Rebound secured by the Bulldogs. They'll push ahead. King laid it up, and he's fouled. We got to give credit to the Bulldogs not taking their foot off the gas despite being up by 35.
Heritage Christian foul on number
Still
3,
pushing and
Bryce
forcing the
Riggle.
issue for
That
some
is
contact.
his fourth, the team's 9th.
And it's been a lot of free throws here in the second half. Again, we only had a combined 2 in the first half, Jimmy.
Yep.
And I see a lot of,
Back on for
I'm
the
using
Eagles,
red
number
pen for
20,
the second half, and a lot of red here in the second half with free throws.
Well, like we said, it's been a snail's pace these last couple of minutes. Riggle, the board, as those free throws are split. Lead is 36. Crossover attempt by McLemore. Now Belmer. Belmer around a screen from Thompson. Heavily pressured. Skip pass, McLemore. Finds Thompson. Ding there for the block. $1:18 to go. All alone. Driving down the lane. Turning and shooting that time. On the fall-away jumper was Noah Abefall.
Back in for Heritage Christian, number 32, Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins checks back in the game as the Eagles make that, the Bulldogs rather, turn it over. John McLemore walks it up the floor. 1 minute to go in this one. Bulldogs less than 60 seconds away from improving to 1-0 on the season. A lot of contact away from the basketball. They say play on. McLemore hesitates. Gives over to Belmer. Michael down the lane, kicks in the corner. Riggle bodied up. Back to Belmer. Triple in the air. Triple long. Rebound battled for. Secured by
We have an official
Abfall.
timeout.
And the officials want a timeout for some moisture. As we mentioned, there was contact away from the ball. A Bulldog and an Eagle both collided over there. Hit the deck. We'll get that moisture all cleaned up and ready to roll.
Another final score here. Heritage Christian Lady Eagles winning 43-36, and our own Sean Kroll has to mention HSE in all these group texts that we get. HSE is up 70-46 with 2:43 in the fourth quarter.
Well, congrats to the Lady Eagles, victorious tonight, 43-36. Could have caught that one on the Indian SRN family of networks. Final 30 seconds from Columbus North High School. Wilson over to Horn. Horn had his pocket pick. Riggle has Horn on his hip. Down the lane, nice pump fake, blew the layup. Rebound though taken and secured by Cobb. And a brief stoppage timeout for Cooper Horn as he came up limping a little bit on that block attempt. Dieng has to inbound it. To get it in, over to Wilson. Eagles won't foul. Wilson, final seconds ticking down, and that will do it. A wire-to-wire victory for the Columbus North Bulldogs in impressive fashion. They ride away on their home floor in the home opener. 79-45, the final. Truly a dominating performance by the Bulldogs tonight, Justin.
Yeah,
arguably none better though than the junior Blake Barker.
No, Blake. It was. We mentioned it a couple different times. It was definitely the Blake Barker show. He finished, and again, we mentioned it a couple different times. He finished with 27 points. He was 3 of 5, all from the first half from the three-point line. He was 7 of 8 from the field and 4 of 4 from the charity stripe.
Smooth sailing right now for the Bulldogs. On the other side of things, though, for the Eagles, we mentioned they're a young team, plenty of season left, getting their footing right. How do they redevelop themselves from here, regroup, and come out strong, as you mentioned, for their holiday tournament upcoming?
Yeah, and it was, again, if you're Coach Jackson, it's Jack Belt, who had 20 points of his own. So, plus Jack Belt was able to show up tonight. Unfortunately, not a lot of other Eagles showed up with him.
There's strong pieces there for Heritage Christian, no doubt, but tonight definitely it's a Bulldogs victory.
Definitely a bright future
here
for these Heritage
in Columbus
Christian.
North.
Definitely a bright future for the Eagles going forward, and I'll actually see them Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m., opening tip-off of the Muncie Burris Classic. And I have our own Keith Myers with us.
That'll be a fun one for you, Justin. I'll be sure to take a look at that as I advise you, the fans at home, as well on our Indiana SRN family of networks. That'll about wrap it up for this one from Columbus North High School. The Bulldogs, led by 27 points from Blake Barker, defeat the Heritage Christian Eagles in their home opener, 79-45. For our entire staff and crew, for Justin Griffiths, for Riley doing work as our main producer on site this evening, this is Jimmy Cook saying until we talk to you next time from Columbus North High School, the final, the Bulldogs 79, the Eagles 45. So long, everybody.